and welcome back to another episode of the Salisha Show. My heart is very happy right now. You guys, you don't know how long I've been trying to make this interview happen. In fact, it took so long because I had a little fangirl crush, talent crush on him that I was like, I shouldn't ask him. I shouldn't. And so, but I finally got the balls and here we are. I'm so excited. Let me just give you a rundown of my guest today. And also precursor, like some of the things that I tell you about him, he's done way more than can ever be put on a page. So let's see here. We've got West Side Story Revival, Matilda, Carousel, An American in Paris, Billy Elliot, the musical. He was also in Peter Pan Live, Fosse Verdon, and one of my favorite shows, Smash. You guys remember Smash? Holy freaking cow. He has danced on the Oscars as well as the Academy Awards. And okay, so he has a whole lot of ballet training. And so knowing that he is a technically skilled dancer, it's almost quite unnerving how much swag he also has. You don't expect it, and he just, when he is on stage, you can't take your eyes off of him. Let's see. In addition to being Broadway's dancer, he's also, what the heck, an incredibly skilled actor. I had the immense pleasure of working with him on the new Britney Spears musical. And, okay, y'all, this is so stupid. Before I realized who he was, I remember watching him. Because, you know, I was a swing, so I was off the stage and just taking little notes. And I would watch him. I'd be like, man, he's pretty good. Oh, my goodness. And so after I literally was like, Ryan, you're a really good dancer. And a testament to his spirit and his heart, this man is so humble and so kind. He genuinely responded back to me. Thanks, Salisha. Did not give me a rundown of who he was. He just was so kind, said, thank you. It was so kind and so heartfelt, and I am so honored to sit down with him today. Please, from Once Upon a One More Time, help me welcome Prince Erudite, Broadway's Ryan Steele.
Hi, everybody. Oh my God.
Hello and welcome.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Is my mic on all right?
I can hear you. I know it's blurry right now. Don't worry, it will finalize in HD.
Salisha, that intro, I'm sweating. I put on this shirt because I thought it looked cute, but I might have to come off because I'm so warm right now. That was the most amazing intro. Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
I love you. I am so happy to finally freaking sit down with you. How are you doing? Where are you in the world? How is your heart?
My heart is great right now. I had a full day of dancing, which is my favorite thing to do. I am currently in Hell's Kitchen in my studio apartment with my boyfriend. He's also on a Zoom call.
Bougie.
So
Cute.
That's the reality of New York living. We're both like in different corners, Zooming for different reasons. But heart is happy.
New York.
I'm happy to be here with you. Thanks again for having me.
Oh my, and you look so cute.
Thank you, but this might have to come off because she's warm and you just made me blush.
honey, literally I was talking to my friend Nico tonight and I was like, so I'm sitting down with Ryan Steele. I know he's like a big Ryan Steele fan. I was like, anything you want me to ask him? He was like, yes. Is he accepting a third? Does he like Greek food? I'm like, oh,
does he like
my
that?
God.
Is so funny. I'll have to chat with Charlie about that.
Oh, great. I can put you guys in contact if that's a thing. And now I'm hot. Okay, so just for those who are listening right now, if you've been following along in season 2, we've been sitting down with members of the Britney Spears musical one-on-one. And we were doing that while we were in tech, while we were in shows. we have officially closed in DC, and now it is, what is it now, Ryan?
Mid-March, yeah.
It's March, so we've had a little bit of time away from the show. How are you feeling since we've been away? What are you thinking? What's up?
Yeah, I obviously miss everybody. That was DC
Yeah.
was such a beautiful, rich experience for a million different reasons. Obviously, it's such a joy and privilege to be creating a new show. And man, our company, we got so lucky. We got so lucky. So, I mean, there was so much joy
Lucky.
there, but also like Miss Omicron was like showing her face a bit. So we also had that layer of it
Right.
to deal with.
Stress.
Yeah. So I feel like we got very close very quickly because we needed to, and we needed to be very open with each other and supportive of one another. So when we left, it was like the rug was pulled out from underneath us a little bit, like our whole support system. We like lived together for 3 months.
Dorm living,
Yeah,
it
dorm
felt
living,
like.
absolutely. Come on, Y Hotel.
Come
Come
on.
on. Yeah. So obviously I miss everybody, but I've been lucky to have a few projects. So I've been keeping busy and dancing. Yes.
We're not surprised. We're not surprised that you've been keeping busy. I do want to know though, like, how do you always keep, at least from what I can see and feel off, like the energy that you put off, especially backstage when kind of like the mask can come down. You don't always have to be on backstage, especially when you've formed your family, all the things. I've always seen you be so positive and optimistic in the face of the the Omicron virus. How were you able to do that? Because there were times backstage where it was a little stressful.
Yeah,
Like, do we have a show happening in 15 minutes or not?
right. Um, I I think it has a lot to do with um the way that I grew up, the way that I felt about things growing up, and I always like just needed to trust for various reasons that things would turn out okay, and the positivity that I put out will come back and will maybe help other people be positive. And honestly, I personally um am able to like like settle a bit, and there's no reason in stressing to stress anyone out. So I just kind of live in that world because that's my way of dealing with things. And I'm glad that it comes
Mm.
across as joyful and positive. Because yeah, there's no reason for me personally, there's no reason for me to get frantic.
I'm curious, for you being what you just described and so humble and so kind. Who are your role models? Who do you look up to? What I'm really asking is, where did you get that
Hmm.
from? Where'd you learn that was the way to,
Yeah,
because you could be a jerk if you wanted to be, and you're
yeah,
not.
yeah. I mean, I grew up in the Midwest. There's its own sense of trauma there, but also like it's just a lot of there's a lot of it's just polite people. My family, I was so lucky. My family raised me to be polite and um to put people first, to think about people first, to be compassionate, to feel empathy. Um, Also, this is kind of a like funny business story, but my second Broadway show was Billy Elliot, and um, I later found out that at the final callback, our resident choreographer was under the table texting his friend who I had just worked with, and he was like, "Hey, I think we're gonna hire this Ryan Steele kid. Was he nice to work with?" And that could have cost me my second Broadway show if I wasn't nice to work with. And luckily, this colleague and good friend of mine said that I was a pleasure to work with, and that literally booked me my second Broadway show. Like if I was a butthead, I could have lost my second Broadway show. So that was a huge learning thing. It's just cemented the idea that you have to be a kind person because people talk. People were texting under the table while I was auditioning, so people talk.
While you were in the
Yeah.
room. Oh, how did you get to New York? Since you were from
Detroit.
Michigan? Oh, you grew up in Detroit?
Just outside, yeah, 30 minutes outside.
Oh, I would have never guessed that. How did you get from 30 minutes outside of
hmm
Detroit to New York City? What brought you to the city?
I made my Broadway debut in the 2009 revival of West Side Story, and that was right out of high school. I was very lucky to have my big sister is my big sister is a historian. She's a college professor. So she had been teaching at where was she? I guess she was at Hofstra already. She had taught at a couple colleges in the area. So had lived in New York City for 10 years prior to me moving. So for all the
Cool.
yeah, for all the, so I'd been coming on and off since I was a kid, and I just knew that's where I wanted to be. And I had a sort of mentor teacher of mine reach out to me and say that there was an open call because they're bringing West Side Story back to Broadway and that I should go in. I was 17. I had a headshot that my dance studio owner's husband took of me in the backyard. I figured out a resume. I flew to the city. I didn't have any sheet music, so I went to Colony Records, RIP, but it was this like huge music store in Times Square, and I was like looking through sheet music, and I knew 16 going on 17 because I had heard it a few times. And yeah, and again,
The rest is
the rest
freaking
is history. Yeah,
history.
but thankfully my sister was here so I could fly back and forth and have a place to stay because New York ain't cheap. Um, and I lived with her for a few months
Whoa.
while we were in rehearsals before I found my first place. But yeah, that's what brought me here.
Outside of high school, how dare
I
you?
got so lucky, Salisha. I was baby John. Like I had to be like a little nervous, not knowing it. Like it was so lucky. It was obviously I
Oh,
was like, I had been, I worked so hard as a kid, and I continue to work hard, but I was prepared enough. But it was so much luck too. It was right place, right time. It was, yeah.
did you ever have a time in your life when oh, okay, have you always been confident in who you are? Have you ever second guessed? When did you find your confidence? Was it out of the womb? Was it the first Broadway show? Was it while you were training and dancing?
Uh, I have so much confidence as a dancer. But honestly, the rest is fake it or make it. Or fake it. What is that saying? Fake it till
Make it till you
yeah.
make it.
Um, like even something like this, like you're my friend. I know you well, but like I'm still like, okay, I have to speak words. You know what I mean? No,
No.
truly.
No,
Yes.
it's just me.
No,
It's
no, I
pre-recorded.
know, totally. That's what I'm saying. Like dancing, I know I love it so much. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe just because I love it, I'm like, if I mess up, I'm still having fun. The outside of that,
Yeah.
confidence isn't very easy to find for me. Truly, it is fake it till you make it.
I love how I was agreeing with you, like, yeah, if I just mess up dancing, I'm still having fun. That is not the case. I am absolutely the opposite. You've definitely held my hand on
Girl,
stage being
you're a
like, "This
dancer.
way,
You're
Celine."
a dancer. You crush it. You hit a step, baby.
Honey, Ryan Steele just called me a dancer, folks. I'm gonna have to just keep this recording for the rest of my motherfucking life because I there was a time in rehearsal when we learned something on the right side, and I was like, "Okay, I think maybe I can do
Is it
this,
this?
possibly." And I still hate that. I still can't. Oh my goodness. And you were like, "Oh, I got it." And then you jumped in on the other side. You're not the swing. You're not a
Oh,
swing in the show. You were like, "Oh, da 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 da." You made it look as easy as breathing. I'm like, "How does he
the
do
same way that you
that?"
jump in for different principal roles every night and crush it. I would never be able to do what you do. I've been speaking dance my
But
whole
I feel
life.
like I've seen
No.
you make it look so easy, Ryan. It's really rude, actually. You're like, "I did on the right side. Now let me just reverse it on the left." That is something that, like, a lot of people have to I mean, I can speak for myself, have to work at. Like, I would go home after rehearsal and get a practice room and just sit and have to think about it intellectually for, like, 20 minutes, and you just like, you can tell it's what you
I
love
do love it.
to
I do
do.
love it.
It's what you do. How was it working with Keone and Mari? Had you worked with them before?
I never worked with them before. It was an absolute pleasure and honor and a bit of a dream. I had known who they were in the dance community, and my very first audition for the show, Keone sort of like spearheaded the teaching because Mari had Numa, who was a newborn child in the room,
Oh my
and she
gosh.
chimed in when she
Yes.
could, and already I just felt so taken care of in an audition, and I was like, I want to work for
Yeah.
this team. They're incredible. Not just their work is mind blowing and revolutionary to Broadway. It's brand new, it's unique, but the way that they run a room, the way that they speak to their actors, the way that they teach yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
They're pretty amazing, and I think it's, like, so cool to see a couple who they're married, like, work so well with each other. I never felt weird or awkward or anything, like, they never if they had any drama, they never brought
Yeah,
it to
yeah.
work. It was there it's so special to see, and their choreo looks so good on
Oh,
you.
thank you.
It's just
Thank you.
yeah, no, you're welcome. I'm like I know they're about to work on The Karate Kid
Mhm.
now. I'm like, "Oh, what's happening with our
I
show? Do they
know.
know
Yeah,
anything?"
I have a couple friends who are in the Karate Kid who I'm working with right now in a workshop, and and they just obviously speak so highly of them too. And I'm so excited to see how Keone and Mari interpret that and how Keone and Mari interpret our show. Like I'm sure it's so interesting. Yeah.
Right? I can't wait to see it. And also for the Britney Spears musical, you had been in that in previous readings, is that correct?
No,
No.
no. Yeah,
Shut
yeah.
up.
I got an audition for it, and immediately I was like, I don't know if this is my project because I had had friends. It had been around for a while, and I had had friends doing it, so I knew what it was. And it's John Hartmer's book. It's quick, it's funny, it's witty, and it's hip hop. And I had been doing an American in Paris for a few years. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, maybe that's not my next project, but as a New York artist, we have to like throw pasta at the wall and whatever sticks, like do it. So like obviously I went into the audition because that's what we do. And immediately I was like, wait, I think I want this. And then and then
Yeah, I think I want
yeah.
this.
And then I went in and read in front of David Laveau, who is our creative consultant, and Susan, our producer, and John Hartmere, and it was a role that's similar to Erudite, but it's written out. It was a huntsman role, and I read that side, and David and I just had the best chat about it, and he was like, "You really understand this?" And I was like, "Do I understand this?" Okay, I understand this. Yeah, yeah, totally.
Do I
I
understand
absolutely
this?
understand it. Yeah, totally. And then I was out of town in Paris doing an American in Paris for a few months, so I wasn't able to
Amazing.
go. It was so special. So I wasn't able to go to the last two callbacks. But my best friend Stephen Brower, who was on your show a few episodes ago, I think, was in the final callback
Yes.
and said that he saw my headshot still on the table, and I was like, because I had let it go because I wasn't able to go to the like last two auditions, and Stephen was like, "Bitch, your headshot was on the table," and I was like,
Oh, they're like, how would this person look next to Ryan Steele,
it was
who is not even in the country? Oh
it
my
no, but
god.
like that's again like right place, right time. Like if you're right for it, you're right for it, you know. And I guess I mean, David and I also had like a big, we had a really lovely connection, and Keone and Mari, and yeah, right place, right time. And anyway, so no, didn't do any readings, but as soon as I got in the audition, I was like, "Boom, yes."
Holy freaking cow. Okay, let's see here. I wanna ask you uh, some Britney
Okay.
things. What was your first Britney memory?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I have two. Um, well,
Ooh, we
my
love.
first, I think my sister got Baby One More Time. My sister's 14 months older than me. So whatever Katie got, Ryan kind of had to, you know. Yeah,
Cool.
she got Baby One More Time, and I treated it as my own. Because we would just listen to it so much. And my family and I would go up north in Michigan for like a lake vacation, and we had this like loft bedroom, the two of us, and we would choreograph dances to Lucky. It was when that album came out, and we had like these elaborate dances to Lucky. Um,
Yes, you
yeah,
did.
So
Yes, I can see
yeah,
this
yeah,
happening.
all of my Britney memories have to do with my big sister and just like living my little gay boy dreams.
I love that. And also, let's see here. Oh, I was gonna ask you about the journey of Eurydice, but I for some reason I totally thought that you were in the readings of
Yeah,
everything. Do you know anything about it or
yeah,
no?
yeah.
Like it's
A friend, a good friend of mine, played Prince Erudite in the readings, and it had gone so many different directions. At one point, the character was questioning their gender, and at one point, he was completely in love with Prince Charming, which existed before the pandemic in our version. He was completely in love with Charming, and then John
mm,
did so much work on that character um, over the pandemic. So it's really changed a lot.
okay. I forgot about
Yeah,
that. That did
yeah,
change.
it's taken a lot of
Okay.
changes. Yeah.
Let's see here. And oh yeah, if you can remember, so we're taking it back to March
Oh dear.
of
Let me
2020.
prepare myself.
Dear God. Okay, we're in March of 2020. We're so excited. We're starting this new musical. Already signed my Broadway contract. How about you?
Yep.
So excited. I'm like, my year is planned out. This is my year. I cannot wait. OBC, you can't tell me nothing. Oh my goodness, I am way too cool for school. Okay, March 12th. Just kidding. Don't have a job
Ooh,
for 19 more months.
ooh.
Um, during that time, I guess I have a million questions in this, so let me find one question. During that time away and then coming back to do the out of town in DC, was it what you expected? Was it How was it coming
Mhm.
back from the break? And had anything changed for you?
Yeah, I like had to ask myself those questions before we went back because I wanted to like know myself and where I stood before we stepped foot in the rehearsal room. And we'd waited so long for it to happen, and I knew that I already loved the show, and I was so grateful for my role in it and to be a part of that company. So I wanted it to be right. So I sat down and I was like, how do we feel about this? And honestly, I was like, I think I have a more chill attitude towards theater, towards work. I'm not super anxious about it because I got to know myself outside of it for a year and a half because we didn't have that part of ourselves existing. So I had to like get to know
Mhm.
myself outside of it, you know? And I was like, I think I'm gonna be chill when we get there. And I got there and I was like, yeah. But then I realized that I hadn't done this for 19 months. So I was like feeling out of shape and you know what I
Right?
mean? So then that crept up on me
Yes.
and it all felt like really new again. And and COVID. So we were like just kind of tiptoeing
Yeah.
into it. So it was, it was a lot of things. I walked into it feeling really confident and that I knew where it was in my brain. But then it shocked me like how spooky it was. And we were doing a comedy. So we
Yeah.
had to like, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know what you mean. And what about now? What are your hopes and dreams for 2022?
I,
We're like a quarter
yeah.
in.
Yeah, it feels good so far. I, like I said, I had a couple projects not happen because of the pandemic that are now sort of like trickling back in. So I've been lucky and I've been dancing, which has been so great. Um, so the first quarter has been awesome. The sun is coming out more. I know it
Hello.
is getting warmer.
Sun's out, guts out.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. I'm literally taking things day by day because we've learned that lesson that we can't think too far ahead.
Can't count those chickens before
Yeah,
they hatch.
yeah, and I really am.
I'm over here in the woods looking for that Broadway contract. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I know.
where'd that where did that
Like, is
go?
this thing on?
Dear
Is this
God.
thing on? Like,
Oh, let me refresh one more time actually. Hold on.
yeah.
I'm just gonna refresh again. I think, yeah, it's just this. Oh my god. Okay, so in addition to wait, first I never asked you, where'd you get your acting chops? Did that just come out of nowhere? Is that just natural? What the heck?
I played Baby John in West Side Story, and like I said, it was kind of perfect casting because I was like shitting my pants that I was in a Broadway show at 18 years old, and I was able to I was able to sort of be a bit of Ryan on stage, you know what I mean? But also I was in a company of leaders who really helped me. Because I was Baby John, I had so many older brothers, and they all really helped
Mm.
me and made me feel comfortable and understood how nervous I was and how new I was to this. Um, and then, yeah, just like kind of learn as you go. And I work well getting pushed off the ledge. Like I work well under pressure. I work when it push comes to shove, like I'm like, there's no other choice but to be on, you know? Yeah. um, yeah, I mean that's so
Wow.
like stupid to say, and I wish that I had like more. I'm literally faking it, is what I'm saying, and um that's
I mean, what I'm hearing is that if you have like a passion and or you don't really know the the ins and outs of something but you want to do it, don't hold yourself
mhm.
back. You'll figure out just get in the room
Get in the room.
and you'll figure the rest out.
Yeah, and I think we're all. You know what I loved about Brittany, the Once Upon a One More Time experience was that everyone is a storyteller in their own way, and everyone was asked to tell a story in a way that made them feel uncomfortable. There were like there were
Mm.
people who had never danced before dancing Keone and Mari choreography. There were dancers
Oh my
having to do
god.
comedy for the first time. There were people having to sing for the first
Yeah.
time. And I think that's what it is. Like I think at the root of it, we're all storytellers. And then if you're asked to tell it a certain way, you just got to figure it out, you know?
Dang. I
Did I
love
just like
that.
drop some truth right there?
I think you just dropped some truth right there. We'll take it. Ryan Steele for the win. Also, did I see you with a camera in your hands a few times? Are
Yeah,
you
that was like a pandemic thing that I picked up. So actually no, it was pre-pandemic. Um I Yeah, I play around with photography. I literally know nothing about it. I know what I think looks good, and I like photographing my friends. You know, like I don't have a light setup, I don't have anything. I just kind of like doing like fun portraits of my friends. But it's not that deep, but
do you charge?
um
It could be deep.
it could be deep. Yeah, I should work on that. I should work on making it a little more deep. I have to, if I'm going to charge like real money for it, I have to be comfortable with the product that I'm producing, so I got to learn a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you need people to practice on, my boyfriend is hot and he needs headshots.
Okay, great.
So
Great. Cool.
I'm trying to get him headshots. That's really what's happening here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I'm about to wrap up and I'm going to let you go, but I'd like to do a quick rapid fire this or that. And it's quick and it's fast and it's rapid and it's fast and it's quick and it's
But is
fast.
it
Okay.
fast?
But it's fast. Are you ready?
Yes.
This or that. Okay. New York or Paris?
New York.
Taxi or subway?
Taxi.
Dancing or acting?
Dancing.
Broadway or TV?
Broadway.
Shared dressing room or private dressing
Private
room?
dressing room, baby.
Light and funny shows or deep AF shows?
Deep AF shows.
Green juice or ice cream?
Green juice. Weird. Whoa, but it's fast and quick. Just because
Whoa.
it sounds good right now.
Baby one more time or oops, I did it again.
Maybe one more time. That's easy.
That was it.
That was good.
That was
Thank you.
it.
Thank you.
I feel like I learned a lot about you just
Yeah,
now.
I think I learned a lot about me just now.
I love you. Thank you so much for dropping by. How can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram. That's kind of like my main thing. It's at Rye Steele.
Steele, Steele.
Yes, it is. Rysteele.
Okay. Oh, we love. Ryan, thank you.
I love you.
I
Thank
love
you
you
so much for
so
having me.
much. Oh, this has been such a treat. You're such a cutie.
Oh gosh.
You're the bomb.
You're the
Oh
bomb.
my gosh, you're such the bomb.
You're so great.
Until next time, see you later, alligator.
See you in a while, crocodile.